Everyone, Adam here, So Wizard Podcast, and we have another unboxing for you today. Before we dive into that, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Really helps us grow our audience. We really appreciate it, etc., etc. You've heard 1,000 times on YouTube, but we really do appreciate it. Today's unboxing is the Iron Studios Rocket and Groot. I'm trying to get all of the Iron Studios Avengers. I was getting most of them from Endgame because I really liked Captain America. I really liked what they did with the Fat Thor. It was pretty funny. Iron Spider was awesome. All those videos are available on our channel. If you missed them, go check them out. This one I actually went with the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 because I wanted Rocket and Groot together. For the Endgame, I believe Rocket is packaged with War Machine, and I don't remember who Groot was packaged with, but I thought the two should be together. And no offense to Don Cheadle, he's awesome in the movies, but War Machine is not on the top of my list of Avengers to collect, and there's a lot of them to go. So I thought this was a cool package. Yes, they're going to be on the tentacles instead of broken rock pieces, but I don't really care. I'm not making a diorama. Let's get into it. As always, the Iron Studio stuff is really well packaged. There's no way this is going to get wrecked in shipping. This came in a larger box, padded with paper and bubble wrap, so even better. I had used scissors to cut through the tape. Oh, sorry, we have a distraction. I used some scissors to cut through the tape on the outside. Unless you really jam it in there and try to cause harm, you're not going to hit your figure, you're not going to damage the statue. And as you can see, as always with Iron Studios, everything is individually packaged as well. This bit of tentacle was sticking out, but if we can get in close for a clear close-up, you can see that there's definitely no damage to it. The styrofoam around it is about an inch thick. There's the first piece unwrapped. It's the tentacles with the explosion from the beginning of the movie. Getting a weird shadow there with the lighting, but if you can see in the explosion part of it, it's a semi-transparent orange with, black and gray bits to make it kind of look burned for the cloud effect. It's very cool. There's a notch in the tentacle here for a foot to go into. It's not a defect. The paint job and the shadowing is really well done. I'll try to get some better pictures as we go on without the harsh lighting on just one side of it. With the lighting moved, you can see the detail in the explosion a little better. It's very cool. Stay to the end of the video. I'm definitely going to be putting up a lot of stills. The next bit to unwrap was Rocket himself. A lot of the figures have interchangeable arms or weapons or accessories and that slightly alter the pose. In this case, Rocket is stationary. He's a pretty small figure and he needs both hands to hold the minigun, so I don't really know what else you could do without changing it entirely. But the detail is really nice. It's got cool texture to it, and they did a good job with the weathering on the gun. The Rocket has some simulated fire effects there. The light really catches them. They did the semi-transparent thing similar to the explosion on the bottom of the tentacles. And the last bit to have unwrapped is the tiny Groot. This is way tinier than I anticipated. He's with his boombox. Definitely not to scale because I'm pretty sure he was playing it out of a tape player, but there it is. It is of course adorable. But I am worried about my cats getting away with this, so I'm going to have to hang some more shelves and hang them higher. I mean, you can see by scale in my hand, I don't have massive hands, but this is very small. Again, though, detail is great. I will get some pictures up. My camera doesn't seem to be liking holding it this close. But you can see the wood texture, the painting, the nice gradient up to the moss on the top of his head. There is no peg to hold his foot in. He doesn't go onto the main statue itself. It's just to be displayed in front of it or to the side of it or wherever you decide to put it. Here is the figure assembled, if you can use that word. It was literally just putting the peg from Rocket's foot into the one hole on the tentacle. There's no real customization for this. It is a smaller piece, but it is very cool. Good details. And really, how else would you have it set up anyway? He has a flying jetpack, he's shooting the tentacle, and Groot is, of course, doing his own thing. I thought this was the end of it, and I went to put the styrofoam away. There's a very nice weighted platform marking Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Rocket and Groot, of course. Iron Studios, Marvel, and Pizzy Toys. Stand's got a bit of heft to it. Not exactly sure why it's necessary or why it wasn't molded onto the tentacle, because it literally just sits on top. But not bad overall. It's very cool. The price was right on this one. I actually got it as a birthday present from my wife, but I think it was around 80 bucks. So 80 bucks to get 2 more of the Avengers into my collection. I'm happy. I'm happy with the quality, and now we'll get into some better detailed stills. Well, thanks for watching another Subwizard Podcast unboxing. I have another one coming for you next week. And of course, we are back on track with our AFI countdown of the 100 Years, 100 Movies 10th Anniversary Edition. Always working on new content. So again, please subscribe to the channel. Sorry about the weird angle. I'm trying to get the little statue and me into the frame so I can say thank you and goodbye. I also want to say, make sure you listen to Subwizard Podcast every single week wherever you get your podcasts. Subwizard Podcast can be found on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you get monthly bonus episodes. And as I'm recording this, Joey just sent out a notice that for all the existing Patreon tiers, we are bringing you even more content. The AFI videos are going to be coming to Patreon subscribers a week earlier than everybody else, and we're working on an all-new Geeking Out Star Wars talk show with Joey and I. I'm very excited for it because I talk my wife's ear off about Star Wars and she really couldn't care less. So, thanks again. Subwizard Podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Patreon, subwizardpodcast.com is your resource for reviews, recommendations, merchandise, and more. And we love hearing feedback, so drop us a note in the comments, leave us something on social media. All of our accounts can be found after the show and in the show notes.